Good morning. Today is March the 2nd. It is Tuesday. We're in the southern half of the southern vigilance area, the local vigilance area, sorry. And I don't know how long we're going to be out here today. It's basically 15 degrees right now with a wind chill factor of about maybe -5. So it is freezing out here and the wind is crazy. So we'll do what we can, but you can probably hear the wind in the background. The trees are rip-roaring. Needless to say, we're not going to be droning today because Massachusetts would get a free drone if we did free delivery by way of the wind. So we're going to get moving, do what we can. The snow is rock hard, so tracking is not looking good. I mean, literally rock hard because of the level of cold. It's just not, there's any tracks that were there are there, and any new ones are not going to be around. So that's the way that is, and we're going to get moving just to stay warm if nothing else. I wonder if there's a point where I basically admit defeat, but I hear a woodpecker off in the distance or some such. Anyway. Or it could just be a clicking tree in the wind. I guess the best thing to do here is just kind of follow Bambi's example and go down the gradual slope here, and we'll have less steepness to deal with. Basically, you can see Bambi's going off that way, following the terrain of the road. We're going to go down by the wetland first, since the slope here is pretty gradual. The snow is hard, and you're breaking through it enough that walking in this stuff is kind of a pain in the butt. But I've already sold you guys on the notion that conditions today are kind of subpar, which they are. So this may be an E for effort kind of day. So yeah, so hard as rock and not falling, breaking through, at this point, scratch that. It's every other step you break through, which is making walking annoying, but it's that kind of day. So, just for a frame of reference, we've been in this area before. This is kind of an area that's a little northwest of an area about a month and a half ago where I had something potentially mirroring my steps, and it's all one contiguous patch of woods, so there's the odds that if it's still in the neighborhood it would be potentially out and about, but it would make more sense to have it be in this area too, because you're again down and out of the wind. If you're up on the mountain, whatever you want to call it, it's one of the foothills of the Berkshires, so it's technically a mountain, although not really a big one, but it would be brutally cold, and I don't really feel like going through that today, so I'm going to stay down out of the wind, which is basically a survival skill, I guess. Well, we're going to kind of pop out here and have a look out into the wetland before continuing on, and then not far enough over. We're going to backtrack and go to a better area where we can see out further and see more, and do that instead, rather. I think some of this is a stream. Yes, it is. I'm amazed that you actually have running water as cold as it is, but whatever. You would think this would just all be frozen over. I have no idea if I'm going to get my feet wet. You know what? I'm not going to even risk it. I'm just going to walk over the part where I can actually see the damn water. And not get my feet wet. A little cold for that today. There you go. More hard stuff. But and it's a lot better down here with the wind not roaring around. But again, there's no tracks in sight except for what's already been here. Rock hard in some places. But I just get the impression like everything is pretty much, anything that's out here is hunkering down right now. Trying to stay warm. So here's the wetland I was hoping to look out on. So yeah, nice little beaver point right there that I'm walking over. It never fails to amaze me that you see beaver sign all over the place. I've only seen in my travels over the course of the last 6 years one beaver. Considering the footprint they will put on the landscape out here. So this is a lot of the wetland. I may go over that way, but I'm going to gauge the level of, well, camera compliance and wind and widowmaker potential. Because right now, we're down the bottom of the hill. We don't seem to be getting a lot of the wind per se here, but when you get up the hill, I'm going to angle back towards the logged area so I'm not surrounded by as many trees for safety's sake. My other concern is the contours you go around the other side of the pond. The wind, the sheltering from the wind may change too. So, all right. So the camera does not like the cold. Hopefully, I get all the footage that I get today. I had a couple of segments the last time I was out that got corrupted or something. So, hopefully not the case today. Looking at the pattern, I'm actually following somebody's snowshoeing tracks, which is good because him pounding down on us made it harder, and I can walk on it without punching through. So it's actually making the act of getting around here easier. Also means somebody else knows one of my locations, which is kind of annoying. But anyway. Or multiple people do. I'm seeing people tracks here now. I just really don't want to step on this thing over the water here. And I'm not going to, because you're going to punch through and get really cold feet. I don't want that. We'll see if there's another spot that we're going to cross over. This crossing is always a pain in the ass. Current conditions are not going to help it any. We're moving more into a wind-prone area too. All right, so here's the deal. We are not finding any real tracks down here. We're going to move up the hill and change locations, I think. I just, one, don't really feel like contending with the stream and getting feet wet. Two, if the camera's going to keep acting up, I'm not going to I don't know. I'm going to start making my way uphill though. And, sorry. It's weird because when I'm not when I'm not up or like up in the wind, I'm actually overdressed. I'm getting a little warm. Ironic. It's like work with a train here, I guess. Hopefully I don't go through. I may or may not be over water. No, I'm not. But let's see. This is annoying. If you stand still for 1 second, you fall through, and then I don't know. Never mind. And we're back again. Camera hiccups are continuing. Can't really seem to control that. We'll just, it saves and I restart it, whatever. But all I'm really getting video of is me rambling in the woods, and nice little arch there for people that are into structures, I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. I'll just walk through this stuff. And just go straight up, I guess. So, what do we got here? People walking through the woods. Earlier than now, because right now those tracks wouldn't be so deep. Mine right now are back up in the hard zone, I guess, apparently. I'm just leaving tread marks on top of the snow. Whereas weirdly you get down into the shade and it gets softer. You start breaking through, but we're back up in the hard stuff again. But anyway, all we seem to have on tap for today are old Bambi Tracks and those Squirrel Tracks that I just happened to notice. These look fresher, but I see that, and actually I can show you. If I can get out of the damn light. Hold on. Damn it. If I'm getting that, you can see how they're only on the surface, which means they were made timing-wise. recently. Like finally defined paw prints, but not, what are these? Older coyote prints, I guess. Haven't seen any of them yet this year. Now would be the time they're more out in the daytime looking for whatever they can find. But kind of on the outskirts of the logged area, I guess. But we are more squirrel tracks. I think those are squirrel tracks. Let's see why they couldn't actually be bunny, but I don't know. But anyway, I think at this point I'm going to take a segment break and figure out what I want to do next, because not really a lot going on out here today given the cold. I'll be back in a bit. A little higher up now. Still kind of in a dip, but I am increasingly of the opinion that up on this area, like the entire area, the snow is so freaking deep, or not deep, hard, that new tracks are going to be few and far between. I've seen a couple of bunny tracks and smaller rodent tracks, which is ironic because they're actually defined on the powdery stuff from a snowfall last night that was there. But I mean, anything bigger, I mean, I come in at over 200 pounds and I'm basically leaving boot tread on the top of the snow. I'm not actually putting any tracks down right now. So basically the only tracks you'd find out here would be maybe a moose. And I haven't seen any moose tracks lately in the area, so hopefully the moose are still around, but I've not seen their footprints about in the last couple of weeks in here. So I guess that is where I'm going to leave this video for today. Not a lot going on, and a couple of safety tips. I overdressed mainly because, again, the wind chill out here today is in the negatives. Not that bad actually down here out of the wind, but if I was up on the hill, I'd be dying right now. It's still only like 15 degrees without the wind. I don't know if you can hear the wind in the background, but being as it's windy and you have a widowmaker potential here too, I'm going to kind of call this today. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.